The Bay Area's rock station, 107.7 The Bone.
I'm Nikki Blakk, and in the studio with me is Rob Halford, the metal god. We are so happy to have you here.
Hi, everybody.
I've been gushing on the air all day to have you here.
Been gushing.
I have.
Like that oil leak in the Gulf.
Yes.
Thank the Lord they've
Thank you for coming in and capping it.
That's just been a nightmare, hasn't it, over in that part of the world? But
yeah, thanks for that, British Petroleum.
thank you. I know. It's awful, isn't it? BP.
Do you find a little bit of backlash being British?
No. I think, it's been an amazing story, hasn't it? Because, we're all on this Oprah life journey. And I think when things like that happen to you, and unfortunately it's been horrible for the people that make their livelihood in that part of the world. But, the actual guts of the machinery that we all need. It's like when we go on stage tomorrow night, everything has to be kind of working, but there's always the possibility of some kind of a technical problem. And of course that golf thing was a technical problem on, off the Richter scale. So you just hope that it's been kind of like we're learning as we're going along. It has been an extraordinary thing to watch, the human drama on both sides, the people that have been directly affected, that make their livelihood around that part of the world, and of course all the engineers and everything else. So it's been interesting. Then you got all the pundits, the Fox people. It's all Obama's fault. I mean, could it be Obama's fault?
He was, you know what? He was deep sea diving with some firecrackers. I think.
Yeah, it's just crazy. And then but hopefully it's kind of fixed the problem now.
We can only hope.
So here we are. I'm back in town, and we're talking about.
Welcome back to the Bay Area.
Yes, it's wonderful to be back. I'm so excited. It's going to be tomorrow night at the Regency.
Yes.
I've never played that venue. It looks gorgeous on
You
the
haven't.
On
it's a ballroom. It's really nice, and they've got a new PA in there too.
And so that'll be great. And this will be the first time that the Halford Band has actually been on stage for 7 years, I think, something like that. So, come check us out, because you'll be seeing us for the first time in a long time.
You've been busy with that other band for the last few years.
That other band, yes.
Yeah.
That band that will be called the Mighty Judas Priest. And we've been literally working non-stop for several 8 years.
Well, I think when I saw you last 2 years ago, Nostradamus was just finished.
I think it was,
and you guys were getting ready to start.
That's right.
The extensive tour.
Yeah. We've been through the Bay Area a couple of times since, haven't we? Did we come through on the Metal Masters tour?
You did, with our Friends Testament.
Yes, I think Chuck's coming down tomorrow, and then we came through again last summer, I think, with the Nostradamus / We didn't do British Steel here, did we? Did we do British Steel here? We did. Yeah. Thank you.
I think I missed it. I went to Vegas to see that one.
Okay, well, yeah,
I think I was out of town when you played here. I was in Europe, and then I went and saw it in Vegas.
So it's great to be back in a relatively short space of time as rock and roll goes. It's going to be really good tomorrow.
But let's face it, you're nowhere near as accessible when you come through town with Judas Priest as you are when you come through town at Halford, because you play 12,000 seaters.
Yeah, it's
there.
a big giant monster machine. A Priest is, and it's just this big kind of cyborg thing that's just trundling across the planet. But the Halford Band, in terms of relativity, we're still kind of a new experience to a certain extent. When we had the two records, Resurrection and Crucible, and then of course there's been a few bits and pieces popping up here and there since I returned back to Priest. Priest is the band that leads me in everything that I do and always will be. But this is just an opportunity while the band is on hiatus for a year for me just to run out with Metal Mike and Mike D and Bobby and Z and just get out and play some tunes.
Were you just hanging out kind of bored and thought, let's put the Halford project together?
That's the thing with me. I got to keep doing stuff, and with the record company, Metal God Records, and with the clothing company and everything else, the business aspect, you've got to keep some kind of profile in today's world.
Have you been able to continue to put out more of the material that you acquired? Last time you were here, you were saying how you were getting a hold of all your material, some live recordings.
Yes, yeah.
There was I think it was like a Brazilian DVD that somebody was going to give you?
I'd have to go through. Can you go online and check on my website, because we have so much. If you go to robhalford.com, we've just gone through this fantastic time of establishing all of the previous material. From those early studio recordings to the live recordings, the Rock in Rio DVD. We've got the live.
Rock in Rio was the one you were talking about. You said it was massive.
It just turned out so well. It really did. It looks fantastic. It sounds incredible. And we're ramping up for the Live in Anaheim DVD, which is out sometime in August, I think.
You can pre-order your Metal Got Apparel.
Pardon?
You can pre-order your Metal Got Apparel.
Can you? I don't know. That website is just active 24/7. There are people probably back at the office in Phoenix right now doing stuff on it. A great team of people that make it look good. And we've just revamped it, actually. We've just restylized the whole look of it on the internet.
So have you been able to kind of steadily release stuff, or is it coming out in spurts as you have time to deal with it?
Pretty steadily, because, with Priest being reunited, it has been an incredibly time-consuming experience, as it always was and always will be, apart from this bit of a break. It made sense, really, just to pull back, because we'd been constantly touring for 5 or 6 years, and it made sense just to pull back as a band for a year and just chill and get ready to go out again in 2010, probably in the spring of next year.